All right, good morning. It is Friday, December 20th. Probably going to be the last decent session of the year here. We've got a holiday week next week with Christmas. Market is closed. It's a half day Christmas Eve. And then the following week, we have New Year's. Market is closed for New Year's. So I suspect next couple of weeks will be quite slow. As far as this morning, what are we looking at? We've got a big gap lower this morning. So yesterday into the close, the write-up that I had shared with Traders Think Tank members highlighted the fact that yesterday was an inside day. During the overnight session, you get the break lower, and we're kind of on the backside of that now. Price has tested the 21K area of support, big level of interest down there, as well as a psychological level. And buyers step in. We have PCE, that's this big buy bar. Now we're back up into this 21,200, 21,255 area. You kind of see the significance of those levels when you look left on some of the higher time frame charts. What I'm going to be looking at primarily off the open here is how price responds to the 21,200 level of interest. That's going to be the main focus for this morning. We do have a true gap lower, so gap rules do apply. And essentially what we want to see is whether or not buyers are going to make any sort of attempt to close that overnight gap, or if sellers are just going to continue to hammer this thing and show a retest down into 21,100 and maybe into that overnight low. So that is the focus. Prior day low will definitely be a significant point there. 21,350 if price does get up into that area. I'll also be looking at Wednesday's low. I do actually want to mark that on the chart. That's 21,309. Just because that session was so significant. And we got about 90 seconds until the open. We do have MCS, Michigan Consumer Sentiment, at 10 a.m. So it's typically a market moving data print. So let's see. We're right here at 21,200. You got the volume point of control right through there. You've got VWAP just below and a little bit of consolidation here before the open. I actually did get a trade off during the PCE, that pullback there, using a fib reference point. So we're sitting pretty nice on the morning, some good action on the back of that PCE. Those tier 1 data prints, they're usually going to be tradable. Definitely worth watching those. So we're 1 for 1 so far. There's the executions. See what else we get here. See what else we get. Here's the open. So we're sitting right on 21,200, right off the open there. 21,200. And take a look at the big gap lower on that 5-minute. Huge gap lower. Good volume coming in. Good volume to start the morning. Of note, if you do take a fib retracement of that overnight move, you'll see that we're right into that fib sell zone. So that's looking at the overnight move there. So 50%. 50% fib. If you're into that, if you like the fibs. He said the fibs can stay. All right, we'll leave them. Pretty sleepy open so far. Nothing happening here. Sleepy, sleepy. Maybe waiting for MCS here before we get a real move. You see it? What do you see? What do you see, Mr. Dave? Oh, it's quad witching today. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Third Friday of the month. Third Friday of the month. End of quarter. That's your quad witch Friday. Yes, sir. Good reminder. Thank you. Yeah, nothing to do here yet. Nothing to do here. We're just waiting. Absolutely nothing to do right here. First 5 minute basically closes as a doji. At the very least, I'm waiting for price to resolve this right here. So until then, not much to say, not much to do. You've got the Dow pressing into the prior day low. You got Russell up through the overnight high, some good strength there in Russell. And ES actually making some highs as well. So NQ kind of lagging here. NASDAQ a little slow. What's happening? I have to bring ES back into the mix. I know Misha's going to love that. There's your push. NQ new high of day. There's that 255 level of interest. There we go. Nice push. Nice push there. Buyers stepping in. Here's that 61% fib of the overnight move. Up and through. And your gap fills at 350. 350, 358 area. There it is. Incoming. Here's 300. No entry for me. No entry. Let that one go. Yeah, I didn't want to position within that chop personally. So we'll see what we get here. Still have 20 minutes before MCS. The day is young. The day is young. I believe is that Wednesday's low? Yeah, there it is. I should have put this on all charts. Let's hit the global sync. There it is. Wednesday's low to the tick. That's crazy. I thought we said that low would be significant. I was pretty sure. So some sellers stepping in there versus Wednesday's low. Back into 255 level of interest. And coming right back into that structure. Right back into that pre-market structure. So that'll give us a good clue for buyers' appetite for risk here. So far, you have a perfect test of that Wednesday low, almost exactly to the tick there. Wednesday being significant because of FOMC? No, it has nothing to do with that. Look at your daily chart. Which one of these days looks the most impactful for the current structure? For me, it's going to be this one that negated about 2 to 3 weeks of buying. Now, was FOMC on that day? Yes, of course, but I focus on price. Purely price. Gap fills a little bit higher. Little bit higher. 345 is your low, prior day low. Prior day close, though, 358. So right in that 350 area. NQ coming back into that structure, that pre-market structure here. We got about 13 minutes till MCS. Michigan consumer sentiment. So not doing much here other than staying patient. Here's your structure being retested. You got the volume point of control right in this area. What is that? 21,210. And then level of interest and VWAP just below. What's our true session low right now? It is 186. $186, almost there. Almost a new low of day here in NQ. Wednesday's low held to the tick. Just about, and now pretty much a new low of day. Not quite. There's your low. What did I just say? 186. Looks like 184. 184 and a half. Wish the inside day didn't break overnight. Yeah, same. You gotta trade that overnight session if you want that one, Dom. $30-minute. Yeah, big shooting star on the 30-minute. We still have 10 minutes for that candle, and then don't forget MCS here. So no rush this morning. There's your new low of day. So next downside level, 21,100. Look at that 15-minute bar as well. Pretty interesting. You had Wednesday's low right through there, and then that pre-market lower high right at 21,300. Price overshoots that area. Sellers step in. Little up thrust there for you. Up thrusty. So some buyers stepping in there. You got the new low of day spring. Reclaim of 200. Back into 255. You guys are funny. Wow. Five minutes till MCS. NQ back into 255. Nice bounce. Nice little bounce there. So far, we just have a range. Wide range. Yeah, Des, these structures are wide. You got to drop size. Wide structures. Definitely. Most definitely. I haven't placed any trades here for RTH. There's the execution screen, so there's no rush. There's no rush at all. All right, 1 minute. 1 minute till data. Let's see if we get some action here. All right, here's MCS. Here is MCS. Right here at 255. A little higher low right there. Waiting for a decent entry. Will we ever see one? Take the bad ones? Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I get to live vicariously through some of you guys. So that's all I need. That's all I need. Oh, man. So NQ sideways range here. Sideways. Wide range, though. So far on my end, it's one trade pre-market. One trade pre-market. Here's my regular session. Still cash. Case could have been made for the spring, but risk point is quite wide, right? Your low is 60. Personally, I want to enter that above 200. So, oof, it's a wide one. Now you could be thinking, all right, well, trade the spring with the true low of day. And it's like, well, then you're bumping into VWAP and 200. So, meh, especially in a bearish environment. This higher low, if this was a little bit deeper, I like that. Back into 200. Decent entry there. Best setup so far, honestly, is the short. And the short at Wednesday's low. Up thrust with that pre-market action, that overnight action. So aligns with the backdrop. All right, NQ back into the highs here. Back into the highs. Let's see. There you go, new high of day. Gap fill just overhead, right into that 350 area. Here comes prior day low. So this gets more interesting now. Really good volume. Check that volume. Almost the highest volume of the sesh. Do you have any longs left? Probably want to trim here into prior day low. If you found an entry. If you were trading microstructure, you probably could have grabbed the long right at the 255. It's a little shallow pullback right through here. I did not. So buyers want a reclaim into the prior day range. Obviously, sellers want to defend this level. Let's see the reaction here at prior day low and that 350 level of interest. Sellers stepping in there. Keep an eye on that 5 minute. Still has 2 minutes. There it is. It's kind of your near term look here. I'm watching this 5 minute closure, 90 seconds. Yeah, almost into that gap fill spot. Look, you have the 78% fib right there as well. And that's from the overnight move. Still have my fib on that overnight action. If you can't label your trade setup, then you shouldn't be taking it. Yep. Simple but powerful insight right there. That's a good one. If it doesn't have a name in your playbook, do not trade it with real money. Very simple. It's a good one, Dom. Well said. So sellers stepping in back into 255. Good location for that up thrust. And then the 5-minute closes bearish. So far, there's still a wide range day. About 40 minutes into the sesh. $40 mins. NQ right back into 255. You do have the regular trading hours volume point of control right there, just as a reference. The higher low at 255. That actually looks pretty good. Chickened out with that 5-minute close, personally. It's a little bit of a chicken. Yeah, buyer's doing a much better job so far this morning. I like to see that prior day low reclaimed with some market structure up above that area. That would be like my main preference right here. Yeah, that 15-minute does look good. Yep. New high of day. There's your true test of prior day low. Overnight gap is just about filled. Here comes 350. It's getting more interesting. More buyers stepping in. Good volume. Good volume. I like to see buyers reclaim this prior day low now with acceptance, meaning price holds above. Let's see. Let's see. Trailed at 315, Martin. You grabbed the long at 255. Was that the long setup? Nice. That was a great play, man. That's like 50 points probably, depending on how you entered. Nice. All right, NQ. Here's 350. Blipping above that prior day low. Little blip above. Looking for acceptance. Which meaning price holds above prior day low. So far, no. Yeah, extension above 350 with that, with a little, higher low, a little retrace would be solid. Going for 430 essentially, that overnight high and level of interest. I did like the 255 long, but I passed on it based on the prior 5-minute close, given the current backdrop. Thought that trade may have more potential to show sellers following through. Staying selective here. Staying selective. There's your new high of day. Little blip into the new high. A little bit of consolidation here near the highs. There's your fresh high. And Q pushing 350. There are other indices. You got ES at the high. Yeah, everything's at the highs pretty much. You got Dow at the highs. Russell just shy of the highs. Market wide bounce. Volume tapering a little bit. Getting a little choppy here. How's the morning for everyone? How we doing? Almost 1 hour into the day. 1 hour into the sesh. One green on the spring. Nice. Nicely done. Martin's green. Small green. 1 win, 1 loss. That's good. Ray's feeling good. All right. Good stuff. Christopher's green. Nice. Team Canada is green. That's good. Phenomenal. Mish is break even. Rich, small red. All good. Maureen, small green. Good to see you, Maureen. Feel like I haven't seen you all week. NQ pushing here, 380. So buyer stepping in. Oh, you got the higher low. Higher low, you mean, Mr. Christopher? Or do you see a phantom lower high? Oh, unless you mean this right here. Benny, no trade, missed the 255 entry. Yeah, that one I passed on personally based on that 5-minute. So far, my only trade today is pre-market. Favorite so far is definitely that higher low at 255, but again, 5-minute kind of kept me out of there, as well as the current backdrop. Yeah, that 5-minute shooting star, exactly, Benny. Yep. Yep. Now, in a more bullish environment, I wouldn't really care about that, to be honest. But current backdrop says more caution is warranted. My ES chart shows an intraday gap. Is that legit? Is this real? No. Okay. Weird. Gotta reload this other one. So we get the we get the push above prior day low. We may not even get the entry now. As price approaches 430. Comes that overnight high, that 430 area. And there's 430. There's your overnight high. There's your target if you still have any longs. Up and through overnight high. Up and through that 430. Next upside level is 550. Back in that prior day's range. Prior day volume point of control right up there at 475. Let's take a look at our structure. There's your RTH structure. Still riding that long rain? Nice. Nice. Was that from 255? Was the 255 long? $200 pointer? Christina just trailed it? Wow. You guys are crushing it now. Here we go. Nicely done. Oh, around 350. This thing just went vertical now. Don't chase. Do not chase. No FOMO. No FOMO. I'd like a redo on my trade. Yeah, call your broker and ask for a refund. All right, Ray, we'll need a write up and trade review. We need the full breakdown. Next upside, 550. Here's my morning. I guess I'm getting lapped. I guess I'm getting lapped here because I'm still cash. Oh man. Nicely done. Rest of the day off? No way. Work has just begun. NQ coming into 550. Trading the sim. That's all good. Here's 550. What a move. What a move. I mean, this is almost a 2% bounce off the low, 1.8% bounce. That's just off the session low. Wowzers. How about off the overnight low? 2.5% bounce off the overnight low. Trailed it. Nicely done. Great trade. Yeah, that was great. So you can start to throw your fib on the intraday action if you want some retracement points. See what kind of pullback we get here. I'm inclined to call it shortly. I got a flight tomorrow morning. Got to pack for that. Yeah, we just discussed this one yesterday. This is true. This is true. Yeah, agreed, Christopher. Tough to find a great entry. Safe travels. Thanks, Pat. So main thing right now that I would be interested in is 430 overnight high retest. Potentially, if price gets there, a retest into 350 of the level of interest there, prior day low, and the 50% fib, or a continuation of this move above 550 and then market structure with 550. Couple of scenarios to look for. We got to see how aggressively sellers start to show up and where they show up from. Most likely will be one of the levels of interest. So keep an eye on that 15-minute and 30-minute chart. I got some other things to take care of today. Will be no live streams next week. I will be remote, and I'm sure a lot of you are probably traveling or want to be enjoying Christmas or holiday festivities with your families. So don't press too hard in the market next week. It's going to be slow. Week following that one will also be slow with New Year's. There are definitely a couple of weeks to be doing less. On that note, hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. If you're in the think tank, I'll definitely still be chatting with you all. But if you're joining us from YouTube, talk with you in a couple weeks. Thank you guys for your time. And we'll catch you in the next one.